Do you ever wonder why some people seem to effortlessly attract love while others struggle? What if I told you that the secret isn't about how you look, how you act, or even what you say? The truth is, the love you attract is directly linked to one thing: your relationship with yourself. When Louise Hay spoke about love, she often emphasized the incredible power of self-love. She taught that how we feel about ourselves creates a vibration that others pick up on. If you feel worthy of love, you naturally radiate that energy. It's not just about saying, "I love myself." It's about feeling it deep within. When you love and accept yourself, you signal to the universe that you're open to receiving the love you deserve. Take a moment and reflect on your own life. Have you ever stopped to truly ask yourself, "Do I believe I am worthy of love?" It might seem like a simple question, but it holds so much power, because the way you perceive yourself directly influences the love you invite into your life. Now consider this. If you don't feel lovable, if you struggle with self-worth, what kind of love do you think you'll attract? It's not a judgment, it's simply the law of attraction in action. Louise Hay always said, "You are a mirror of your thoughts." If your thoughts are filled with doubts or self-criticism, those negative thoughts will reflect in your relationships. But if you choose to cultivate love and kindness for yourself, you create space for others to do the same. What would it look like if you started today to look at yourself with compassion and kindness? How might your relationships begin to shift as a result? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. So, let's dive deeper into this idea. How does self-love truly work to shape the love you receive from others? The first key lies in accepting yourself, not as you wish to be, but as you truly are right now. Self-acceptance is one of the most powerful steps you can take in your journey toward love. And no, it's not always easy, but it's the foundation of everything. When you accept and love yourself fully, you become magnetic to the kind of love you deserve. Are you ready to take a closer look at the way you've been treating yourself? Take a moment, pause this video, and think about one way you can start showing yourself more love today. I'll wait. Are you back? Let's move forward. If we truly want to experience love in our relationships, we have to start with ourselves first. Let this be your reminder that the love you seek begins with the love you give to yourself. Take a deep breath and say to yourself right now, "I am worthy of love, and I am open to receiving it." Now that we've touched on the importance of self-love, let's go deeper into how this powerful practice transforms your relationships. You may be wondering, how exactly does loving yourself change the way others love you? It all starts with the energy you put out into the world. Louise Hay always spoke about how our internal state, the way we feel about ourselves, affects everything around us. When you love yourself, your energy shifts. You start to see yourself through a lens of compassion, understanding, and acceptance, and this creates a ripple effect. People start to treat you the way you treat yourself. When you honor and value who you are, others will reflect that back to you. But this process goes beyond just attracting love. It creates healthier relationships and sets the stage for long-lasting, fulfilling connections. When you love yourself, you're no longer looking for someone else to fill the empty spaces inside you. Instead, you enter relationships as a whole, emotionally stable person, ready to share and build a connection based on mutual respect and love. Have you ever experienced a relationship where you felt like you were constantly giving, but never receiving enough in return? Perhaps you felt unappreciated or undervalued. These feelings often arise when we don't truly value ourselves. When you don't recognize your own worth, it's easy for others to overlook it too. Now, think about the people in your life who genuinely seem to have it all together, those who radiate confidence and joy. What makes them so magnetic? It's because they don't depend on others to validate them. They validate themselves first, and this makes them incredibly attractive to others. But there's more to it than just energy. When you practice self-love, You also begin to set boundaries, which are essential for creating healthy relationships. Louise Hay taught that setting boundaries isn't selfish, it's self-care. When you respect yourself enough to establish healthy boundaries, you teach others how to treat you. You stop tolerating disrespect or settling for less than you deserve. As you reflect on this, I want you to think about one area in your life where you could use more self-love and respect. It could be in your relationships, at work, or even with yourself. What's one small step you can take today to show more love and care in that area? Take a moment and let that thought settle. It's crucial to remember that the love you give to yourself will always be the foundation of the love you receive. When was the last time you consciously took care of yourself without feeling guilty or selfish? Think about that. And while you're at it, share your thoughts with me in the comments below. I'm curious to know how you're going to show yourself more love starting today. Now let's dive even deeper into how self-love impacts your ability to form meaningful connections with others. I promise it's more powerful than you think. As we continue our exploration of how love is rooted within us, we need to talk about one crucial aspect: the healing of inner wounds. These wounds are often what stand in the way of us experiencing the kind of love we truly deserve. Louise Hay frequently spoke about the importance of healing old emotional wounds, those remnants of past pain that unconsciously shape how we relate to others, especially in romantic relationships. It's easy to think that love just happens by chance, but the truth is, the kind of love you attract is deeply tied to the emotional work you've done or haven't done on yourself. Our past experiences, especially those from childhood, shape the way we interact with the world and how we allow others to interact with us. For example, if you experienced neglect or rejection as a child, you may grow up unconsciously carrying that wound into your adult relationships. You might find yourself attracting partners who mirror those early experiences, causing you to repeat unhealthy patterns. Now, this is where healing comes in. Louise Hay believed that healing begins with self-awareness. When you become aware of these inner wounds, you can start to release their power over you. These wounds are often rooted in beliefs we've formed about ourselves, such as "I'm not worthy of love" or "I'll always be abandoned." These beliefs are not true, but they have been reinforced over time by our life experiences. But here's the good news. You have the power to change these beliefs. Louise Hay often reminded us that by changing the way we think and speak about ourselves, we can rewrite the narrative of our lives. If you find yourself holding on to old pain or negative self-beliefs, it's time to acknowledge them, understand where they came from, and then actively choose to let them go. Healing doesn't happen overnight, it's a process. But every time you choose self-compassion over self-criticism, every time you choose to forgive yourself and others, you are healing. Every time you say, "I am worthy of love," or "I am enough just as I am," you are reinforcing a new, healthier belief about yourself. Think about the love you desire to attract. Now, ask yourself, are there old wounds or beliefs that are holding you back from truly embracing love? Maybe you've been hurt before, and that's causing you to guard your heart. Or maybe you've been taught that love is conditional, and you found it difficult to believe that love can be unconditional. I want you to take a moment and reflect on any areas where you feel emotionally blocked. What past experiences might still be influencing your ability to fully give and receive love? And more importantly, what can you do today to start healing those wounds? This is a deeply personal journey, but it's one that can transform not only how you love yourself, but how you allow others to love you. Healing your inner wounds will open you up to receiving love more freely and authentically. What small step can you take today toward healing? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your journey toward self-love and healing is uniquely yours, and I'd love to hear how you're beginning this process. Ready to move forward? Let's explore. how self-worth and inner healing directly influence the relationships you form, and how they can create lasting, this deep, genuine love. Now that we've explored the importance of healing our emotional wounds, it's time to dive into one of the most powerful elements in attracting love, your self-worth. The way you view yourself will inevitably affect the kind of love you attract into your life. Louise Hay always emphasized that we cannot attract what we do not believe we deserve. If deep down we feel unworthy of love, that belief will unconsciously influence the kind of relationships we create. This is why self-worth is so closely tied to the quality of love you experience. It's about recognizing that you are enough, just as you are. And once you truly understand that, you start to magnetize the love you've always wanted. But here's the catch. Many people don't realize that they are not truly valuing themselves. Sometimes we think we're being self-loving when we're really just settling for less than what we deserve. It might look like choosing a relationship out of fear of being alone, or staying in a relationship where our needs are not being met simply because we don't believe we can have more. This is where the disconnect lies between what we want and what we actually believe we can have. Louise Hay taught that one of the most powerful ways to improve your self-worth is through affirmations. Affirmations are not just words, they are a way to reprogram your subconscious mind. By repeating positive, empowering affirmations, you begin to challenge and shift any negative self-beliefs you've been holding on to. You start to replace "I'm not enough" with "I am worthy of the best love." Over time, these affirmations start to reflect in your actions and the energy you project, allowing you to attract healthier, more fulfilling relationships. Now, let me ask you something. What would it feel like to truly believe that you are deserving of love? Imagine how your life would shift if you woke up every day knowing that you are enough exactly as you are. How would your relationships change if you started to show up for yourself with the same love and respect that you give to others? This is the foundation of attracting lasting, healthy love. When you truly love and value yourself, you make space for others to love you in the same way. When you raise your own vibration, you'll naturally begin to attract people who match that energy. You will attract those who see and appreciate your worth, and you will find yourself in relationships that nourish your soul. I invite you to pause for a moment and think about your own self-worth. What messages have you been telling yourself about your value? Do those messages align with the love you desire to experience? If you find that your inner dialogue isn't as loving as it could be, it's time to start shifting those thoughts. Begin using affirmations to remind yourself daily that you are deserving of all the love and joy the world has to offer. One of the biggest barriers to love is fear. Fear can manifest in many ways. Fear of rejection, fear of not being good enough, fear of getting hurt, and perhaps the most insidious, fear of losing yourself in a relationship. These fears hold us back from opening ourselves fully to the love we deserve. Louise Hay often spoke about the importance of releasing fear to truly experience love. Fear creates a wall around your heart, preventing new experiences and authentic connections from entering your life. When you operate from a place of fear, you're not able to fully engage in a relationship because you're constantly protecting yourself, playing defense, and guarding your heart. This is not only exhausting, but also prevents you from truly embracing the love that is waiting for you. The key to overcoming this fear is to recognize it, acknowledge it, and then make the conscious choice to let it go. Louise would advise using a method of forgiveness, both for yourself and others, as a way to heal the fear that has accumulated over time. Often, our fears are rooted in past experiences, maybe from a hurtful breakup or childhood trauma that we haven't fully processed. These unresolved emotions cause us to project our fears onto new people and situations, even when they don't deserve it. By forgiving those who have hurt you in the past, you free yourself from the grip of fear. It's not about excusing their actions, but rather releasing the hold that those experiences have on your heart. When you forgive, you reclaim your power and start to dissolve the barriers that are keeping you from the love you truly deserve. Additionally, Louise Hay taught the power of affirmations in releasing fear. She believed that by repeating affirmations such as, "I release fear and embrace love," you can retrain your mind to focus on the positive possibilities of love rather than the potential for pain. It's about shifting your mindset from one of scarcity to one of abundance, believing that there is enough love for you and you are worthy of it. But it's not just about mental work. You must also practice embodying this shift in energy. Start allowing yourself to be vulnerable. Practice showing up in relationships without fear of rejection or judgment. Open your heart and trust that the right people will come into your life and that you are worthy of being loved as you are. Here's something to think about. What would your life look like if you let go of your fears? What if you could trust that love is abundant and you are deserving of it no matter what your past looks like? I want you to reflect on this. How can you begin today to let go of the fears that have been holding you back from experiencing love? Whether it's fear of rejection or fear of being vulnerable, take a moment and acknowledge it. Then give yourself permission to release it, allowing space for the love that is meant for you to enter. As you release this fear, you are opening the door to greater intimacy and connection. The more you allow yourself to trust, the more the universe will reflect that trust back to you through beautiful relationships. Now let me ask you again, are you ready to release fear and step into the love you deserve? At the heart of everything Louise Hay taught is the concept of self-love. It's not just a buzzword or a feel-good phrase. It's a transformative, foundational principle for living a life full of love and abundance. Without self-love, it's impossible to truly attract healthy relationships into your life. Louise believed that self-love is the key to creating a solid foundation for everything you desire, whether it's peace, happiness, or love. When you don't love yourself, you send out a message to the universe that you don't deserve love. But when you learn to love and accept yourself completely, you start radiating that energy into the world. This self-love becomes the energy that you attract back from others. The relationships you form will reflect how you treat yourself. You might be asking, how do I begin to love myself more? The journey to self-love is personal, but there are some powerful steps that Louise Hay recommended that can help. You start right now. First, begin with affirmations. Louise was a huge advocate for using positive affirmations to change your thought patterns and beliefs. You can start with something as simple as, "I love and accept myself exactly as I am." Saying this every day, even when you don't feel it, helps shift your energy. Over time, the belief in your worth will become stronger. But it's not just about words, it's about actions. Treat yourself with kindness and respect, and start nurturing your emotional, mental, and physical health. Self-care isn't just about taking bubble baths or getting a massage. It's about setting boundaries, saying no when you need to, and prioritizing your well-being. When you value yourself, you teach others how to value you, and you create space for a partner who mirrors that self-respect. Another powerful practice for self-love is self-forgiveness. So many people carry shame and guilt from past mistakes or regrets. Louise Hay taught that in order to truly heal and love yourself, you must forgive yourself for the things you've done or allowed in your life that you now regret. This doesn't mean you ignore the mistakes or pretend they didn't happen. It means you stop holding yourself hostage to them. You acknowledge the lessons, release the shame, and give yourself permission to move forward. When you begin to truly love yourself, you stop seeking validation from others. You begin to trust that your worth isn't determined by anyone else's opinion of you. As a result, the relationships you attract will be based on mutual respect and shared values, not on the need to complete each other. Here's a question for you. How would your life change if you truly loved yourself as you are, without the need for external validation. What would it feel like to embrace your imperfections and celebrate your uniqueness? I want you to think about one small action you can take today to show yourself love. It might be setting a boundary, forgiving yourself for a past mistake, or simply taking a moment to look in the mirror and say, "I love you just as you are." Every small step you take towards loving yourself more will start to shift your energy and attract healthier, more fulfilling relationships. Self-love is a journey, and every step you take brings you closer to attracting the kind of love you deserve. The better you treat yourself, the better others will treat you. And that is the kind of love that will transform your life. How can you practice more self-love today? One of the most profound lessons Louise Hay taught was that love is not about finding someone to complete you, but about becoming whole within yourself. The truth is, you don't need another person to fill an emptiness within you. You need to learn to fill that void with self-love, acceptance, and a deeper connection with your own inner being. When you are at peace with who you are, you no longer seek out relationships to fix you or make you feel better about yourself. Instead, you attract relationships that are grounded in mutual respect, trust, and genuine love. This is the power of embracing your true self. How many times have you settled for relationships because you felt lonely or needed validation? It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that being in a relationship will give you purpose or fill the emotional gaps within you. But as Louise Hay so brilliantly taught, true fulfillment comes from within. When you embrace your authentic self, you stop pretending to be someone you're not to fit in or to please others. You stop wearing a mask to gain affection or approval. The more you embrace who you truly are, the good, the bad, and the imperfect, the more you allow real, genuine love to flow into your life. Attracting true love begins with being true to yourself. When you are aligned with your authentic self, you stop attracting relationships that are based on superficial attraction or societal expectations. Instead, you begin to draw in people who appreciate and love you for who you truly are. One of the most transformative things you can do is to stop trying to be everything for everyone. Louise Hay often spoke about the importance of self-acceptance and self-expression. The key to lasting, fulfilling relationships is to allow yourself to show up as you are, without the need for external validation or approval. Now ask yourself, when was the last time you truly embraced who you are, without worrying about what others might think? If you've been holding back, hiding parts of yourself, or trying to be someone you're not to fit into someone else's idea of who you should be, now is the time to change that. The world needs your unique energy and gifts. When you stop hiding and embrace your true self, you will notice a shift in the way people respond to you. No longer will you attract relationships based on neediness or insecurity. Instead, you'll attract people who love and respect you for the person you truly are. How can you begin embracing your true self today? What small step can you take to show yourself more self-acceptance and love? Reflect on this. True love comes when you stop searching for it outside yourself. It is already within you, waiting to be discovered and shared with others. Now, think about what it would be like to step fully into your power, loving and accepting yourself, and attracting the kind of love you truly deserve. As we come to the end of this journey, I want to remind you of something simple yet powerful. The key to attracting lasting love is not in trying to change who you are or seeking external validation. It's about recognizing that you are already whole, already deserving of love, and already complete. Throughout this video, we've explored how self-love, self-acceptance, and alignment with your true self are the fundamental ingredients to attracting the love you desire. Love, in its most profound form, is not about finding someone to fix you or fulfill a void. It's about coming into your own, fully accepting who you are, and giving yourself the love you deserve. This truth may seem simple, but its impact is profound. When you stop chasing love and begin focusing on nurturing the love within you, everything changes. The energy you put out into the world shifts. You stop attracting toxic relationships. And instead, you begin to attract the kind of love that is deep, meaningful, and real. Take a moment and reflect on this. How much love are you giving to yourself right now? Are you accepting yourself fully, imperfections, flaws, and all? Because when you do, the universe responds by bringing people into your life who mirror that love back to you. So how do you begin this transformation? Start by being kind to yourself. Start by practicing self-compassion and self-respect. Louise Hay often said, "You've been criticizing yourself for years, and it hasn't worked. Try approving of yourself and see what happens." This simple yet powerful idea can be a game changer. Approve of yourself just as you are. Accept where you are in your journey and embrace the unique person you are becoming. When you do this, the world will see you as you truly are, a radiant being, full of love and deserving of the same. As we close, I encourage you to reflect on your own relationship with yourself. Are you at peace with who you are? Are you giving yourself the love and care that you seek from others? If not, start today. The more you love yourself, the more you will naturally attract others who love and respect you in return. Now, before you go, I want to hear from you. Have you ever experienced the power of self-love transforming your relationships? I'd love for you to share your thoughts in the comments below. What's one thing you can do today to love yourself more deeply and authentically? And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and share it with someone you care about. If you want to continue this journey of self-discovery and love, check out our next video on deepening your self-awareness and embracing your personal power. It's the perfect next step for anyone looking to create a fulfilling and loving life. Thank you for being here, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Love yourself because you are worth it.